My dear YouTube viewers, today also we will continue the criticism part of evolution and functionalism. The adjunct historical condition, the accepted premise is challenged with time and changes in philosophies. The primitive concept is also challenged and replaced by the cultural relativism based on the validity, status. The cultural relativism is attacked by implicit assumptions, so it is better to maintain the status quo. Next, either culture or cultural trait is interested to contribute some function towards the total function of the. Because of this, the changes is also continue and also inequality of the power is also continue. Both. Next, each individual has the right to live according to one's own standard, and also the people are interested to improve their standard of living for the better life through traditional inequality, marginalization. In general, the untouchability concept is very much used to maintain the society, social system and the institutions at one hand. At another hand, based on the ethics, it is injustice. Slavery is also like that, but it is damn needed to the society to improve the production. That's why the functionalist theory did. It is far-reaching implications in terms of social policy. Each and every individual prefer to move towards the assimilation approach or like the assimilation process rather than preservation policy. And there are two questions with respect to the cultural relativism. One is it descriptive hypothesis or value-based theory? Some social scientists are telling one should not make value judgments for the culture. Once again, we will refresh the subject matter. The adjunct historical conditions. The accepted premise is challenged with time and changes into philosophies. In primitive concepts, they use it to challenge, but it will also replaced by the cultural relativism. It is based on validity and status. The cultural relativism is also attacked by the implicit assumptions. So it is better to maintain the status quo. Each culture or cultural trait contributes its own share towards the whole function. By this, the changes will also continue and inequality is also continue of the power. So two functions are taken place. And each person has the right to live according to one's own standard. At the same time, he wants to maintain, he wants to improve the standard of living for better life. He has the right. How? Through the traditional inequalities and marginalization. In general, the untouchability concept is very much used for to maintain the society, that is the social system or the social institutions at one hand. At another hand, based on the ethical standards, it is injustice, like the slavery also. At one hand it is bad, at another hand it is more used to improve the production. And that's why the functional theorist did it is far-reach implications in terms of social policy. Each and every individual is interested or preferred towards the assimilation approach rather than preservation policy. That is nothing but unity is important rather than the division. But and another way, there are two questions left over to the cultural relativism. One is the cultural relativism comes under the described hypothesis or value-based theory? Some social scientists said nobody or no one should have the right to give the value judgments for the culture. By this, today's culture is completed. If you go through the video, my explanation is more rather than the short. So, I am requesting every student, please go through the, after watching the shorts, it is better to go through the video also. Sometimes I may change some words also according to the explanation if it is needed. Okay. This is Bindu taking leave from the YouTube platform. Good night.